Thus they, in lowliest plight, repentant stood praying. For from the mercy seat above, prevenient grace descending had removed the stony from their hearts, and made new flesh regenerate grow instead, that sighs now breathed unutterable, which the spirit of prayer inspired, and winged for heaven with speedier flight than loudest oratory. Yet their port not of mean suitors, nor important less seemed their petition, than when the ancient pair in fables old, less ancient yet than these, Deucalion and chaste Pyrrha, to restore the race of mankind drowned, before the shrine of Themis stood devout. To heaven their prayers flew up, nor missed the way, by envious winds blown vagabond or frustrate. And they passed dimensionless through heavenly doors, then clad with incense, where the golden altar fumed, by their great intercessor, came in sight before the Father's throne. Them the glad Son presenting, thus to intercede began. See, Father, what first fruits on earth are sprung from thy implanted grace in man. These sighs and prayers, which in this golden censer mixed with incense, I, thy priest, before thee bring, fruits of more pleasing savour, from thy seed sown with contrition in his heart, than those which his own hand manuring all the trees of paradise could have produced, ere fallen from innocence. Now therefore bend thine ear to supplication, hear his sighs, though mute, unskilful with what words to pray, let me interpret for him, me his advocate and propitiation, all his works on me, good or not good, engraft. My merit those shall perfect, and for these my death shall pay. Accept me, and in me from these receive the smell of peace toward mankind. Let him live before thee reconciled, at least his days numbered, though sad, till death his doom, which I to mitigate thus plead, not to reverse, to better life shall yield him, where with me all my redeemed may dwell in joy and bliss, made one with me, as I with thee am one. To whom the Father, without cloud, serene, all thy request for man, accepted Son, obtain. All thy request was my decree, but longer in that paradise to dwell, the law I gave to nature him forbids. Those pure immortal elements that know no gross, no unharmonious mixture foul eject him, tainted now, and purge him off as a distemper gross to air as gross and mortal food, as may dispose him best for dissolution wrought by sin, that first distempered all things, and of incorrupt corrupted. I at first with two fair gifts created him endowed with happiness and immortality, that fondly lost this other served but to eternize woe, till I provided death, so death becomes his final remedy, and after life tried in sharp tribulation, and refined by faith and faithful works, to second life, waked in the renovation of the just, resigns him up with heaven and earth renewed. But let us call to synod all the blessed, through heaven's wide bounds. From them I will not hide my judgments, how with mankind I proceed, as how with peccant angels late they saw, and in their state, though firm, stood more confirmed. He ended, And the sun gave signal high to the bright minister that watched. He blew his trumpet, heard in Oreb, since perhaps when God descended, and perhaps once more to sound at general doom. The angelic blast filled all the regions, from their blissful bowers of amaranthine shade, fountain or spring, by the waters of life, where'er they sat in fellowships of joy, the sons of light hasted, resorting to the summons high, and took their seats, till from his throne supreme the Almighty thus pronounced his sovereign will. O sons, like one of us man is become to know both good and evil, since his taste of that defended fruit. But let him boast his knowledge of good lost and evil got. Happier, had it sufficed him to have known good by itself, and evil not at all. He sorrows now, repents, and prays contrite my motions in him. Longer than they move his heart I know, how variable and vain, self left, lest therefore his now bolder hand reach also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever, dream at least to live forever. To remove him I decree, and send him from the garden forth to till the ground whence he was taken, fitter soil.